Caption close UKHIA, Bangladesh, AP, the use of rape by Myanmar's armed forces has been sweeping and methodical, the Associated Press found in interviews with 29 Rohingya Muslim women and girls now in Bangladesh. They were interviewed separately, come from a variety of villages in Myanmar and now live spread across several refugee camps in Bangladesh. Yet their stories were hauntingly similar. The military has denied its soldiers raped any Rohingya women. Here are the accounts as told by 21 women and girls. They agreed to be identified in this story by their first initial only, out of fear the military will kill them or their families. She is only 13, but R had already learned to fear the military men. Last year, she says, soldiers stabbed her father to death. One day in late August 10 soldiers barged into R's house. They snatched her 2 little brothers, tied them to a tree and beat them. R tried to run out the front door, but the men caught her. They tethered her arms to 2 trees. They ripped off her earrings and bracelets, and stripped off her clothes. R screamed at them to stop. They spit at her. Then the first man began to rape her. The pain was excruciating. All 10 men forced themselves on her before she passed out. R's older brothers carried her toward the border. Once in Bangladesh, a doctor gave her emergency contraceptives. R desperately misses her little brothers, and her sleep is plagued by nightmares. She struggles to eat. Before the rape, she says softly, she was pretty. Raped twice. F and her husband were asleep at home in June when 7 soldiers charged into their bedroom. The men bound her husband with rope and gagged him with a scarf they ripped from F's head. They yanked off F's jewelry and stripped off her clothes. They threw her to the floor, where the first soldier began to rape her. Her husband wriggled the gag from his mouth and screamed. One soldier shot him, and another slit his throat. After the assault, the men dumped F's naked body outside her home and set it on fire. The neighbors rescued her. 2 months later, she realized she was pregnant. In September, her nightmare began again. F was asleep at a neighbor's house when 5 soldiers broke down the door. The soldiers slashed the throat of the 5-year-old boy who lived there and killed his father. They stripped off the women's clothes. 2 men raped F, and 3 men raped her friend. After the men left, the women lay on the floor for days before fleeing for Bangladesh. Despite everything, F is determined to love the child. Her husband blamed her. K and her family were settling down to breakfast one morning in late August when they heard the screams of other villagers outside. Her husband and 3 oldest children bolted out the door. But K was nearly 9 months pregnant and had 2 toddlers to watch. She couldn't run anywhere. The men barged in, threw her on the bed, yanked off her jewelry and stole the money she had hidden in her blouse. They ripped off her clothes and tied down her hands and legs with rope. When she resisted, they choked her.